Today we're diving into the world of UV resin and we're going over the top 5 mistakes I see beginners make. And yes, I did just rhyme. Okay, and we're going from least to greatest of importance, okay? So make sure you stay to the end because number 1 is my heart and you need to know all about it. Okay, so number 5, the mistake I see people make is they don't cure the top and the bottom. Like, you're all good about curing the top and then you message me a comment and say, why is my bottom still sticky? Why is one side still sticky? Because you need to cure, 1 minute, 2 minute, whatever, and then flip it over and cure the back because the back cannot get cured. It needs to be flipped, or some people use a mirror. They do a mirror and it gets cured fine, but you need to be curing the top and the bottom. Number 4 mistake, you're coloring. If you color too deep and you don't use it properly, it will be squishy in the middle. So I see people, again, I get so many comments, and I've done this before. I've done these mistakes. Can I tell you all the mistakes I've talking today? I've made them. And so what happens is UV resin needs light to cure. It needs light to harden. And so if it's colored too dark and you just put a big old layer of that beautiful colored resin, it won't penetrate all the way through. It will cure the top, it will cure the bottom. Those parts will be hard, but they'll be squishy in the middle. And if you push it too hard, it'll go, and I've had that happen. So what you need to do, you either need to layer, like you get a paintbrush and you do a layer of resin and then you cure it, and then you do another layer of resin, then cure it, another layer of resin, or you just don't color it that deep. I'm impatient. I don't have enough patience for doing layer by layer by layer by layer. Victoria, man, she uses a paintbrush all the time for dark colors. Go ahead and check her channel out. I am not that patient, so I do not color my resin so dark when it comes to UV resin. Number 3, I started out with epoxy resin. That's the first thing I ever did, and I thought everything I did with epoxy resin, I could translate it into UV resin. Big mistake. Every technique that's with epoxy, you can't just do in UV resin. Now, they have a lot of similarities, and there's a lot of techniques I do use in both arenas, but you can't just assume that if one technique work here, it's gonna work on the other arena, okay? And so do your homework, make sure, find out, be careful, right? When it comes to coloring your resin, epoxy, you can darken all day long and it just hardens beautifully, it cures beautifully. You can't do that with UV resin. The other day I found out that with rubbing alcohol, I usually use it to get rid of my bubbles, and epoxy, I can't do that with UV because it stays sticky. It makes my resin sticky no matter how much I try to cure it, it doesn't work. And so I'm like, I can't really use rubbing alcohol on my UV resin like I can on epoxy. So there's just things that cannot translate. A lot can, but there's things that can't. All right, so before we do the last 2, which number 1 is definitely my heart, most important, I want to tell you that I do have a beginner's bundle, an online course for UV resin. If you're a beginner and you want to learn the do's and the don'ts, the cans and the won'ts, you want to learn about how to make jewelry pieces, I have a 12 video course for you. You can check it out on desijewelry.thinkific.com. I specifically had beginners in mind, and I go over every detail, more details than I do in my videos, so that you can be confident in making UV resin jewelry. Okay, here we go. Number 2, bubbles. Oh, bubbles are like the biggest mistake I had as a beginner for UV resin. I had bubbles in everything. I had bubbles in flowers. I had bubbles in corners. I had bubbles all the stinking time. But there is hope, and there's things you can do. When it comes to flowers, you got to layer, because bubbles like to hide in the little air pockets of flowers and the petals in the middle, all that. So you just got to do layers. If you do a layer, you can trap the bubbles and you can't see them in your jewelry piece. Also, when it comes to like the corners of your bezels, in the corners, they like to hide. And so you gotta get like a toothpick and get them out, or you gotta get a little tool, but you can get rid of bubbles. Another way is heat. Bubbles don't like heat. And so I use a lighter. Not everybody agrees to a lighter. Everybody doesn't like fire for resin. They've been told not to use fire. If you're using the technique of alcohol ink, it's not wise to use fire because the alcohol ink catches on fire. But for me, I don't use it with alcohol ink. I just use it for my bubbles. And especially if I'm not using alcohol ink, I use fire. There's other people that use heat guns. They use heat guns to get out the bubbles. There are ways to get out bubbles. Don't feel discouraged. Just find the technique. Find the technique for getting out the bubble for what you're doing, what jewelry piece you're making. Okay, here we go. Number 1. Can I tell you? Number 1 is the most important. It doesn't matter any of the other 4 I just told you. If you don't do number 1, then you're in trouble. Okay, so resin is toxic. You need to protect yourself. I did not know that when I first started. And someone sent me this video where resin is killing me, and I watched it, and to see the damage it's done to her lungs, her body, it's awful. And so resin can damage your lungs. So you need to be wearing a respirator, okay? I only don't wear a respirator when I'm doing videos because you can't hear me, but I make sure that I have airflow, that I'm not stuck in a room where resin is concentrated. Also, you need to protect your skin, lung skin. So you need to be wearing gloves. You need to be wearing dark gloves, not because UV resin will penetrate through those see-through gloves. You need to be wearing dark gloves to protect your skin. And then it's going to damage your clothes. It's going to damage your clothes. So if you're damaging your lungs, if you're damaging your skin, it doesn't matter how pretty your resin jewelry is. It's not worth your life. It's not worth your skin damaging. It's not worth it. And so make sure you're protecting your lungs, your skin, and your clothes. I use an apron sometimes, or I just wear clothes I don't mind damaging if resin gets on it. So those are the 5 mistakes beginners makes. If you have any questions, I'd love to hear from you. Comment below questions or other mistakes I missed, because I know I only had 5. So I know there's other mistakes out there. So thank you so much for tuning in. Guess what? I'm going to catch you in the next one. Bye.